I'm really loving today. What a beautiful day. 73 degrees. That's alright with me.
Ruckus, waking up in the morning feeling great. First day off in 10 days, man, I can't wait to grab the pad and the pencil, scribble to an instrumental, hit up the crew with a text to see what we gonna get into. But it's early and the sun is shining perfectly, right between the curtains, bouncing off my bed sheets, warming up my head while it lay on the pillow. Gotta get up and start making moves. Let me go open this window and let the breeze flow all in. I'm loving this oxygen. I'm loving the fact I rap and I got you all noticing. I'm zeroing on my goals and it comes from the focusing. I'm dreaming of living wealthy, a house and a place to swim with my dog and a couple of friends. My family's included too. I'm still alive and breathing, so I'm here to do what I do to rock in my season, make new fans believe hip hop isn't dead at all. It's alive in me on a day like this.
I'm really loving today. What a beautiful day. 73 degrees. That's alright with me.
Beautiful day, beautiful temperature, packed with action. Car wash, feeling good, we steady relaxing. Pick up shorty, cause she down, ain't no need for me asking. And since she ready, my car ain't the only thing I'm waxing. I got a passion for 12 packs and run by the gallon. Perfect days in with me, usually barely standing. I'm still amazing, I'm saying so I can watch reactions of your faces. Just face it, basically I'm not average. I'm above it, you'll love it, touch it and wanna hug it. None of this thugging, let's get a brew together and chug it. Penny pinching is my thing, man, I ball on the budget. But not filet mignon, you're still a chicken McNugget. This is awesome and I know it's dope for you to see. A nobody MC, gunning for the big leagues. I'm here to rock in my C's and make these fans believe hip hop isn't dead at all. It's alive in me on a day like this.
Loving today. What a beautiful day. 73 degrees. That's alright with me.
It's not enough to wake up and be totally peaceful. In my state of mind, my rhyming is meant for good people. And I'm amazing like this day is we seem to be equal. I'm not even close to being finished, wait for the sequel. So in the meantime, watch me, ruckus is coming. I'm always writing, I'm always about to get into something. Call me crazy for chasing this game like it's a woman, but she my dream girl, something that I always wanted. And plus the homie hit me back, said he ready for grilling. A couple 40 ounces, and I'll really be chilling. The BBQ's popping, plus he a chef in the kitchen. Mr. Lloyd Cano, catch him cooking or fishing. I'm on a mission to bring back what you really need. This ain't the first or last track that you'll hear from me. I'm here to rock in my C's and make these fans believe hip hop isn't dead at all. It's alive in me on a day like
I'm
this.
really loving today. What a beautiful day. 73 degrees. That's alright with me. I'm really loving today.
Bottoms up, Monger Maniacs. It's the Beer Monger Sessions radio show. Your number one show for craft beer, breweries, alternative sports, and, of course, shenanigans.
Take off,
Streaming live from EBSN Online.
It's the Beer Monger Sessions radio show.
Bottoms up, Monger Maniacs. What's going down? It's the Beer Monger Sessions out of Columbus, Ohio, your independent streaming live podcast for the brewery, by the brewery. What is going on, Squiz?
How much? What up, Wood? Glad to be here this week. This is going to be a great show. Shenanigans abound. I can feel it.
Super shenanigans. Show number 90. Show number 90. That's right. Show number 90 right here. And wow, what a great ride it's been, up to 90 shows now, you know?
And I mean, we got Jack from Warp Wing in here. So you know when Jack's around, it's always going to be a party.
Jack is in the house, and I'll tell you what, the first thing I want to talk to Jack about when we bring him on is what's up with that Oktoberfest. I haven't had it yet.
I haven't had it yet either.
So I hope he brought some of that with him.
Maybe he brought some for us to try.
Yeah, I hope so.
Wouldn't that be rad?
I'll be checking his truck or car, whatever the hell he drove up in, if he didn't. I'm sure there's some in there because I heard that stuff is moving right now, and it's a fantastic beer. And you know what? Nothing really tees me off any more than when my friends are talking about how good a beer is, and I haven't been able to get my damn hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Just because, I'll be honest, I've been super busy, and man, it's hard to get out of the hole that I crawl in sometimes.
I understand that.
You know, but wow, what has been going down? It's been a week. Last week we came back in the studio. Yeah. You know, killing with this new production and stuff.
Yeah, it looks great. Look.
I know.
So beautiful.
I know. Producer G in the house, running the ones and twos, and maybe later on in a couple episodes we'll bring him in and let everybody get a little taste of
get his pipes on the mic there.
That's right. That's right, and see if we can get his his lips on a pint glass too, because he's I feel like we can tempt his tummy for some yummy craft beer later on in a few shows. So we'll definitely do that. But a lot has happened since last week. I completely annihilated Squiz's ass in fantasy football this last weekend.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, dude, there's no way.
I left Devontae Freeman in, and that was a bad mistake on my part.
He was out before the game started.
Well, see, I have this thing where Thursday I set it and forget it, because that's always worked for me in the past, because I get anxious if I check it too much.
That's Scotch, Squiz. That's Scotch.
So I just set it and forget it, and completely didn't eat. And I saw that he was out too, and I don't know what I was thinking. It was a shit show.
Yeah, your team's gonna fire you.
Terrible.
Is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get fired from your own fantasy football team, Squiz.
I don't know, man. If it makes you feel any better, I'm doing worse in my other leagues.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if you really can do any worse, Squiz. That's how bad your team is now.
I'm 0-2 in my other league.
Oh, gosh. What are you drinking, by the way?
I'm drinking a Warped Wing Gamma Bomb, the same thing you're drinking. Mine is in a sexy-ass Barley Hopsters pint glass. Yours is in a sexy-ass green can, which you can see through. I like it, too.
Yeah, it's actually one of my go-tos of Warped Wing, especially in the IPA zone. Love it.
It's really crisp and clean, and it's I like that it's available all year round. If you want a nice canned beer to take, say, to a tailgate, or perhaps the Little Brown Jug.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later on in the show?
Of course we are.
Hey, you know what? I say we go live from the Little Brown Jug this Thursday.
I 100% agree with you.
All right, we're going to do that. Mm-hmm. All right, make sure one of us remembers, though. All right?
Yeah.
All right, that's the rule. One of us has to be able to remember.
Okay, it's going to be a tough road to hoe, but I will attempt it.
All right. Now, what did you get into in the last week? Didn't you go? You went somewhere. Where'd you go? Did you go out of town?
I went to Renaissance Festival with some friends and the husband and stuff.
Oh, I see.
So that was fun.
That sounds rated PG.
It was
very Disney.
They had pints of Dragon's Milk, 11% beer, pint for $6.
How many did you drink?
I just drank one and a pint of Two Hearted.
Wow.
But I drank the one first. Well, I drank Two Hearted first, but then I also when I drank the 11.1, that's when I had a nice bracing buzz on. So that was cool. And then, of course, that Ohio State Buckeyes game. Dang.
Oh, I know.
Versus TCU. Watched that on Saturday night with the uncle and the cousins, and that was totally fun.
Yeah, give it up for that OHIL.
Go Buckeyes! I mean, I was a little bit worried at first, but,
It was about the marathon. Yeah. TCU could not run the marathon. They ran the sprint quite well.
They did run the sprint quite well.
I mean, gosh, you're talking about such of a deep bench.
Yeah.
But it was a great game, and it really it was an exciting game to watch. That's for sure.
It was.
You got your ticket. You got your tickets worth if you went to that game.
Yes, you did, and it was in Jerry World, so I'm sure the trip was worth it if you went out there. I also got a promotion of sorts. Well, I got a new job. I don't know if it's I make more money because I get more hours.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a promotion.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I started today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the program director at Score on Air at Ohio Media School, our former station.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I would put everybody on the yellow footprints and you thrash them first day of class. What do you think about that out there,
Yeah.
Monger maniacs out there? That's what you want to see. You want to see people getting thrashed that first day at school. That's what needs to happen. That's where you set the tone. This is the way it's going to be. This is the way it's going to be. My way, right, Squiz?
Yes, my way to highway.
Hey, let me know. Hey, let me know if you need a substitute teacher that will deliver the punishment. All right. You know how they always like to pick on the sub and stuff like that in school?
I'm not a teacher anymore, though.
Oh, you're a director.
I'm a program director. So I get to
man.
develop content and manage the station, which is kind of what I got into audio and radio to do.
Wow.
That and this. So I guess you could say, I'm doing it.
Now, not only that, but you've been killing the craft beer news, and we've got another segment later on in the show.
Yes, we do.
Man, I can't wait. I can't
Yes.
wait. Obviously, it's a really big week in the craft beer world, and I can't. When Jack comes on, he's got a little something special that he's going to add to that as well. But we've got the Monger Maniac of the Week is back. Man, I love I love having the Monger Maniac of the Week back.
So do I.
Because I
like this one a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to get both of this one and last week's Monger Maniac together at the same
Because they're
time.
both about they both involve amphibians.
Ooh, there's the teaser.
Ooh.
Monger
Yeah,
Maniac
so
of
stick
the
around.
Week. That's right.
Monger Maniac of the Week.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into that, and we've got the Barley Hopsters Speedy Bottle that's moving. All right, the fast beer in the bottle shops. We like to do that every week. That is back this week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And man, it's I'm really intrigued by this brewing company, as I feel like that they're really coming on really strong. And so you definitely want to go ahead and stay tuned for that, because that's going to be really cool. Because you want to go ahead and get to your local bottle shop and get that beer amongst about 12 or 13 more. Support that local bottle shop. So, Squiz, I tell you what, it's that time. Show 90. Let's go ahead and you want to bring him in?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
All
Let's
right,
bring
all
him
right,
on,
ahead.
man.
Let's bring the one and only Jack from Warped Wing. What's going on, Jack?
Hey, Jack, what's happening, man?
What's up, Squiz? How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Get up on that mic now, Jack. There you go.
right up
there you
there.
go. Just like it's a
Yeah.
gamma bomb. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
Perfect.
do with my hands.
That's
Yeah,
better.
that's right. Yeah. Well, you better watch what you say, Jack. You're already walking into the show, with comments that we're going to get you with. All right. Mine are behind my back, as you can see that way. But no, Jack. What's going on? Welcome to the Beer Monger Sessions. Wow, you're looking good over there.
Feeling good.
Good. Now, Warped Wing. Why don't you tell all of our Monger maniacs out here in Monger Nation where in the hell Warped Wing is at?
Warped Wing is a lovely brewery out of Dayton, Ohio. We're right downtown, so if you ever make your way down to Dayton, make sure you stop in the brewery, tell them Jack sent you. They'll probably not give you a free pint, but just tell them I sent you. So we've been around for about 5 years down there in the old Iron Foundry building down near the Oregon District, if anyone knows where that is. So
I do. And look, we're
look
here.
at that. We're
Through
there.
the magic
We're here now.
of the studio. We're there.
Yeah, so that's what our tap room looks like. It's always a party. That could be a Tuesday at 3 o'clock, and it would be looking just like that.
I
Oh,
believe
wow.
it. I've heard good things about it.
It's a lot of fun down there.
Now, Jack, all right,
Yes.
before we get into the story of Warped Wing, where did Jack come from? How did you land in this awesome industry of craft beer? All right, there's got to be a story. Everybody has a little bit of a story.
Yeah, everybody has a nice little origin story. I'm definitely more Captain Marvel than Spider-Man here. I used to actually be a beer buyer for a small shop called Celebrate Local. It was at Easton, and they only bought local Ohio craft beers. I was one of the first people to bring in Brew Kettle when they were making big waves. And I was just there, finishing my degree, just I wasn't hired on as the beer guy. It's just something that I found my niche in that store. It was better than selling honey and candles. And while I was doing that, I met these reps, and I discovered the rep job that existed, and I followed one to World of Beer. I said, hey, man, what would it take to do what you do? And he gave me some good tips, and a couple years later, I was working underneath him at Heidelberg. So that's the history there. But between then, I actually was a teacher. Squiz, you were a teacher too, right?
I was until this morning.
Oh, well, condolences and
No.
congratulations.
No. I got the job. I'm really, really happy
Yeah.
with the job I have, and I liked being a teacher, but this is what I got into to do. So
It's a similar thing. I was a teacher. I was a pre-K teacher. Doing some first grade subbing as well. I was saving up money to get my master's to be an English teacher in the high school environment. But as you know, as well as mothers, there's not, or as well as most other people, there's not a lot of money in education. So I had to flip my skill set to something else, and I got into sales. So kind of here I am.
Wow. Now, you said you got some education then?
A little bit.
Just a hair bit more?
A little bit.
Where'd you go to school at?
I graduated from Capital.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Capital.
still local. Still
Wow.
local. Go Spartans? No, Crusaders.
Crusaders.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Spartans is my
Clearly.
first school. I was in
Oh
three
my
school.
God, Jack, you're fired.
just
They're gonna
kidding. I
take
knew
your
the
diploma
Crusaders.
back.
It's all right.
Give it back.
Anytime they send me stuff to send them money, I just put it in the mail without any money, so they have to pay the postage, and eventually they'll stop sending me stuff. I get it.
Oh man! Wow! Right. This is the beer mongers. We hate everybody equally.
Yes,
All right.
right.
No, but no, Jack. Now that we got a little bit of background about you, that's brought you to this awesome industry. Now, Dayton. It's a little far away than the Columbus. Not too far away. So, are you in Dayton quite a bit? Are you?
Honestly, not as much as I'd like to be. I get down there maybe once or twice a month. I try to go down anytime that Natalie, my fiance, who you guys have both met, anytime she has an afternoon off and I have a early sales day, I try to get down there. It's only an hour drive or 45 minutes if Natalie's driving, and we get down there and enjoy some free beers and come back up. It's really not that bad of a drive. Just straight shot down 70 and you're there. So I try to get down there. Like I said, I don't get down there as much as I'd like to, and I don't stay as long as I'd like to because I don't want to get a hotel. But one of these days I'm going to tear Dayton down. So.
Oh,
Hypothetically,
yeah.
by drinking all the alcohol in the city. That's
well, there's a lot of other breweries popping up. Some really good breweries in Dayton.
Toxic, Dayton Beer Company. There's some really good stuff down there.
Toxic, I've heard good things about. I've never been there. Lock 27, I went there. The one near the baseball stadium, which they have a beautiful location.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, right next to the stadium. Man,
No,
I like the Oregon District too.
Oh yeah, the Oregon District's fun.
Yeah, my husband is from that area, and so he spent a lot of time in Dayton when he was in college and stuff like that. So, yeah, we meant to get to Warp Wing when we were in Dayton the last time. It wasn't open, so.
And yeah, me myself, I grew up on the east side of Columbus, so I kind of found the Dayton Beer Company. They didn't really find me. So, I didn't apply at the brewery as my boss Ryan did. He kind of found me. So.
Oh yeah, Ryan's a solid dude. That's a solid dude, man. I hope he has a nice big office right there at the brewery overlooking everybody working.
I think he has an office at Mama's Pasta and Brew down in campus. Actually, I think that's where his office is.
R.I.P. Let's pour one out for Campus Mama's Pasta and Brew.
I know.
Did not.
Hey Brian, if you're watching, man, hi.
November 30th. We
Right.
were there. My husband and I went there with our buddy Rick last Wednesday night. Just randomly. And we're going to try to get there as much as possible before November 30th.
Yeah, well, anytime you're in there, let me know. That's Ryan and I's local haunt. He proposed to his wife there.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got his a plaque there and everything. So that's his local watering hole, and I join in there all the time. So
That's
let
rad.
me know. I'll join you for a trotwood.
Oh, sure.
Bam. Now let's go into the story. Let's go into the story of Warped Wing Brewing Company out of Dayton, Ohio.
Well,
Jack.
it starts into something that you guys were gonna talk about today. It actually all started about 5 years ago at the Great American Brew Fest. So we're coming right up on sort of the faux anniversary. Our real anniversary is in January for the full 5 years, but it all kind of came together at the Great American Beer Fest 5 years ago. The company was started by about 4 people. The three main guys were Joe Wiseman, who started the Ale Fest down in Dayton. He's a big player in the Ohio craft beer scene for a long time. Nick Bowman, who is the head of marketing for AB, and Mike Stover, who is CAP's just the numbers guy. Those three guys got together and really wanted to get a brewery going, and they went to Great American Beer Fest, and they made a good friend there by the name of John Haggerty, who at the time, and had been for 10 years, was the actual head brewer for New Holland. He invented the Dragon's Milk, which you were enjoying at the Ren Festival. That's another John Haggerty product. And so Joe, Nick, and Mike were all talking to John about, do you know anybody who'd be a good brewer for us? And the story I hear is Haggerty said, let me get back to you in a week, and I'll give you a list of contacts. And a week later, he said, why not me? And they moved out from Michigan down to Dayton, and they started the brewery up. And that was about 5 years ago now. So,
Wow.
How long until they started packaging and distributing?
Well, I think we packaged right off the bat. Packaged and distributed right off the bat. Obviously, they moved into this what you guys saw, that awesome foundry building. You can't really see it, but you can still see into some of the concrete pillars in there. That's an old steel foundry that was used in Dayton, which is obviously big for Dayton. It was a big manufacturer of steel and iron products. So they opened that brewery as a tap room. We were really finding our feet for the first few years. I think the only things that we had year round were Flying Rye. Do you guys remember Flying Rye?
I do, yeah.
That was the only IPA we had year round.
I remember that.
And then we had Ermel's, which we still have, which was our only light option. We didn't really have Trotwood yet. And also the 10-ton. The 10-ton stout, which is delicious. And then just out of view in that picture is the 10-ton crane, which dumps all the hot foundry or molten metal into the vats back in the day. So we're really roots based. Basically, all our beers have some bit of history of either us or Dayton warped into them. So.
Wow.
I mean, even the name itself, Warped Wing, was named after the Wright brothers.
Yeah,
developing the wing style based on birds, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. They discovered some of the properties of flight by looking at this biologist's work with warping birds' wings, and his illustrations. We actually took inspiration from this illustration in this turn of the century science book, and we took that as our logo and changed the name from Wing Warpers to the Warped Wing, and yeah, so it's very flight based, obviously.
It is, and it's very, very cool too. I was in what is it called? Kill Devil in North Carolina, or Kitty Hawk, where they did the Wright brothers did their first flight, and they have the whole historical center there, and apparently there is a beef between, and I didn't know this until I actually went there, a beef between Ohio and Kitty Hawk.
Yes.
Who's the true Wright brothers home place?
I still get mad when I see the first in flight on any plate that's not an Ohio plate.
Yeah, that was they specifically mentioned that. Yeah, I mean, I say Ohio, but the historical site was very, very, very cool.
Interesting. I'll tell you what. I think we should take I think it's time to do a little bit of Monger Maniac of the Week. What do you guys think?
Heck yeah!
Hey, now this one is you guys are gonna like this, and you're gonna like this. It's coming up, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this intro. Stand by. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Monger Maniac of the Week.
Good idea, Randy. I'm getting drunk today.
Monger Maniac of the Week.
It's kinda creepy.
All right. Well, you can see we have a reptile in the back picture here.
Amphibian.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, we don't want to be
We
spreading.
got a freaking turtle. All right.
We don't want to be spreading false scientific information. Okay.
All right. And the world is flat. No. All right. So it looks like a snapping turtle. Maybe. Oh, here we go. What do we got here?
Look at this.
Oh my God, that is genius. Are you kidding me? Now, what in the hell is the turtle doing right now, though?
The turtle's just standing there looking at him.
Bam! Wow.
Sadly, the turtle does not get his own beer. However, my favorite part of this clip is that the beer immediately shoots right back to the dude.
Do you think he knew that? He was ready. He was down. He was ready to ground that ground beer and bring it up like that.
I'm guessing he has tried this before.
I'm also probably guessing this person looks 21 and a half years old, maybe.
Yeah. I think he and Robbie.
Are they both? Is he from
together.
Hooterville? That's where Robbie.
Jacksonville?
Hooterville is what Robbie calls it. Is Hooterville?
Oh, yeah,
is where
well,
he's from.
yeah.
Hooterville.
Hooterville.
Maybe it's a suburb of Jacksonville or a swamp-lying area. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Florida, but I wouldn't be surprised if what we just watched happened in Florida as well.
Yeah. Now, he obviously knew that turtle was going to kick that back out to him, I think.
Oh, sure. I'm guessing. See, my imagination in this scenario is that somehow there was a snapping turtle nearby, and he dropped a beer accidentally, and the snapping turtle snapped it, and the dude realized.
Here we go.
Once he snaps it,
Bam.
it rolls back, and
Dude.
he said, "I could stand right in the trajectory of the beer, and shotgun it." And would
He's
you?
shotgunning it through the hole, it looks like, that the turtle bit. He didn't even
Yep.
open. He didn't even.
He uses that as a shotgun hole. Would you do
Oh,
that?
wait, no, yes, he did. Oh, wow. Okay. He didn't even.
Yeah, you got to open it to shotgun it. I would totally do that.
That's a clean bite then. That is a clean bite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
Dude, that thing would have take your freaking toe right off.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, it would. Toe or a fingertip.
And there you have it, Monger Maniacs out there in Monger Nation. This person is the Monger Maniac of the Week.
Monger
Damn.
Maniac of the Week right there.
Man.
Snapping Turtle Beer Chug
That's
guy.
exciting.
You're a Monger Maniac of the Week.
Man, we keep finding these awesome Monger Maniacs out here.
Hey, Monger Nation grows every week, man.
Yeah, and if you know a particular Monger Maniac out there and has a great video, I'm going to tell you the opposite of what anybody's ever told you out there on television. Send us that shit. I want to see it. And if it's good enough, we're going to put it on, and even you can be the next Monger Maniac of the Week on the Beer Monger Sessions.
Now, I'm not advocating that you go out and do dangerous things. But if you have a big, like maybe you have a really good, far away swish when you're playing beer pong, something nice and safe.
Or
Because I would never advocate you putting yourself in danger to just be on this show. Nobody should do that. Only Wooten and I do that.
now, yeah. I mean, if you're going to jump off your roof onto a trampoline, onto a bed of light bulb tubes, I'm down with that. I can go ahead and I'll authorize that. I'm good with that.
Okay, well, don't sue us.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Sue Wooten.
Yeah. No kidding. Don't sue anybody. Don't do it. Be safe.
Just don't
right.
do it.
Yeah. No, dude, do it. All right.
But if you find cool videos or you have somebody that you want to see on Monger Maniac of the Week for whatever reason, you can check us out on Facebook at the Beer Monger Sessions radio show. That's at Beer Monger Sessions on Facebook. Just message us. Send us a video. We'll put you on if it's cool enough. And it probably will be.
And keep it safe, obviously. I mean, nobody needs to get stitches or anything. Bruising's fine, but not stitches and stuff like that. All right, let's move on for a few minutes.
Let's move on.
Let's get the hell out of here for a second. All right, now, Jack, let's come back to you. Now, let's talk a real. Let's touch up on the core beers that you guys are delivering. But what I mean delivering, how far are you delivering? Are you in other states than Ohio? And what is your reach in Ohio?
Our reach in Ohio is we're a Southwest Ohio brewery. First and foremost, we got to own the turf there before we actually do our northern and outward expansions. I believe we have a few accounts over the river in Kentucky and stuff, but we're strictly Ohio for now. Southeast is big, and Southwest Ohio, and Columbus is about as far north as we self-distribute. But we have some new roles that we've created in the company itself. So we have some cowboys and cowgirls out there who kind of go and deliver their own beer up to places like Lima. And we're moving into Lancaster and just kind of getting it as big as we can without putting too much pressure on the distro team. So,
Are you guys in any sort of large venues like baseball stadiums or
down in Dayton, absolutely. Again, I'm super Columbus focused. We're trying hard to get into the shoe. That's a conversation Ryan's been having. I don't want to deflate it. I hope I'm not muddying the business deal by talking about it. But yeah, we're trying to get into the shoe.
Who isn't trying to get into the shoe, though? You know what I'm saying,
I mean,
Jack?
I'm trying to get
Old
into the
Milwaukee
shoe,
is
so.
trying to get in the shoe right now, okay? I mean,
Well, we'll just have a taste test with Old Milwaukee and some.
well, they're
Gamma
obviously
Bomb.
not
See which
going to
one they
make
like.
it, you know? Yeah, Hootie will get in there before them.
Yeah.
Hootie.
Hootie pulls delicious.
Yeah, I crush the
I
hell out of Hootie.
I could
Every
drink
time
some
I go
Hootie
to
Pull.
Cincinnati, I feel like if I don't drink a few Hooties when I go to Cincinnati, I'm not really doing the Cincinnati right.
Hootie's dangerous though, because it's one of those beers that you got to drink akimbo. You got to have a whiskey in one hand and then a Hootie in the other. Same with like Stroh's. Stroh's becomes more dangerous than like a 9%er to me.
Stroh's also Lone Star is like that. For
Oh
me.
yeah, Lone Star. Definitely need some whiskey with your Lone Star.
Yeah.
All right, let's touch up on cores real quick, and then we're going to go into some beer news.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So our 5 cores that we have are Trotwood. I'm going to tell a bit the story about that. So we kind of focus on lagers a little bit, as you guys know. That's one of our strong suits, is being craft lagers. Lagers are expensive and hard to make. We kind of miraculously found that we're good at doing them cheaply, for lack of a better term, affordably, without having to make like $11.99 or $12.99 6-packs of a lager. No one really wants to pay for that. Then we have Flyer Red, which is our newest addition to the core. It is a malted lager. It's a red lager. It's delicious. We have our Ermels, which is one of the OGs. It's a we call it a Belgian-style cream ale, but it's definitely like a New England hazy, just wheat, just delicious and spicy wheat beer. And then we have our 10-ton, which is the smoothest stout that I've ever had. This summer I was drinking, in the 100-degree heat, I was drinking a lot of stouts, which suited me just fine. And then obviously we have the Gamma Bomb, which is amazing. And then the 10-ton and the Ermels, and I do all 5. Kind of talking in circles here, I think.
Yes, you did.
So that's our 5. And how we started, we used to have just 3. The Gamma Bomb was actually a rare release. It was a non-rye version of the Flying Rye that we did. The Flying Rye used to be our IPA, and then we put out the non-rye version of it, Gamma Bomb. And Gamma Bomb, it's tied to Dayton, is Bruce Banner actually went to UD before he went to New Mexico and got blasted with the gamma radiation and turned to the Hulk. So Disney, I hope you're not watching this, but it's very Bruce Banner inspired. So that was like one of the first offshoots we did that was very successful. So we brought the Gamma Bomb on year round. And as far as our lagers go, we were making a Radler one year, just a lemon Radler, a tasty, tasty Radler. And everybody was drinking off the tank. Everybody in the brewery loved to go drink that beer before we Radlerized it and added the juices and everything to it. And John Haggerty came out and he said, "Hey, this is a delicious lager. Why don't we just sell this?" And we were looking at some to do an event van, to get a sort of event truck for our company, and it kind of perfectly coincided that we found the old Trotwood Trailer Company just outside of Dayton, and they had a really cool classic styling, and we kind of took that inspiration from them and named our beer Trotwood. It's a little neighborhood just outside of Dayton that has had a trailer company there from the 30s to the 60s, I think. So we got a Trotwood trailer, we rehabbed it, and we named our lager Trotwood, and kind of the rest is history.
And the color scheme kind of matches the Trotwood, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't know Trotwood was an actual place in Dayton until I read the newest Stephen King novel.
Oh, yeah, I heard that there's a shout-out to Trotwood in there.
There is. A lot of the story takes place in Dayton, so he
What's that
mentions
book called?
Trotwood. The Outsider.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I think I told you that before.
Yeah. We had this
Fun fact.
book conversation.
Now,
Yeah,
Jack,
that's
when you reach for a core, what's the one you drink the most, you think?
see, I know my bosses are going to be mad at me saying this, but I'm going for the sample that it's the least valuable to me. So in the middle of the summer, like I said, I was drinking a lot of stouts because I wasn't selling a lot of stouts. I wasn't mushing a lot of it, but that 10-ton is just a special beer. It's one of those beers that converts people who don't usually like dark beer. Same with our Gamma Bomb for IPAs. It's kind of like a gateway to the style. It's smooth. It doesn't syrup up in the back of your mouth like a lot of other dark beers do. So you can have 3 of them, and it's 7.5%. It's delicious. So I definitely that. But the beer that got me to pack my bags from Heidelberg and come work over was definitely the Flyer Red. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my beer. That's my baby.
A little bit more. It's got that malt. It's got the malt hint in it over than the Trotwood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'll crush both of those.
Oh, yeah.
But man, You know, I like how the malt comes in on that Flyer Red.
Yeah, me too. It's the same malt we use for the 10-ton, which I guess makes sense. My top two both have that malt. I'm more of a malty guy, I found, than a hoppy guy. So. All
right. Now, when we come back from Beer News, we're going to talk about some of that special stuff. And word on the street is you got some of that new Oktoberfest in the cooler.
I got some jugs for you guys. I brought some jugs.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I knew I was going to be on camera, so I brought my jugs.
All right, we like jugs.
We certainly do.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, it's that time. Let's go ahead and break to that news.
Hi, I'm Squiz with your beer news for September 18th, 2018. Now, this week is a very special week in the craft beer world. It is the week of Great American Beer Fest, which is the largest and best festival and competition in the United States. It was founded in 1982, and it's taking place in Denver at the Colorado Convention Center. The festival is the largest collection of beers served at a public tasting. And for the fourth year in a row, the Brewers Health Initiative will be happening in conjunction with GABF. At 3 different locations around Denver from September 19th to 21st, free men's health screenings will be offered to the craft beer fans, brewers, and Denver residents. The initiative is sponsored by Pints for Prostates, an organization founded in 2008 to raise awareness among men about the importance of regular health screenings. Craft beer drinkers have no doubt seen the ubiquitous blue caps on their favorite craft beer bottles in the months of September and October. More information can be found at pintsforprostates.com. Michigan's largest craft brewery, and one of the largest in the country, has announced 3 new beers for its 2019 lineup. Bell's fans will already recognize Hop Solution, a previously limited release double IPA. It will now be added to the year-round lineup in Midwestern states Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin. Side Yard Ale, a fresh hop New England IPA, it's one of my favorite styles, will be released in early October 2019, and it will only be available at the Bell's General Store and the Bell's Eccentric Cafe in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It will be available in 4-packs of 16-ounce cans and on tap. And finally, we will see Tessie's Golden Ale, which will also be available exclusively at the General Store and the cafe. Tessie's will be in 6-packs of 12-ounce bottles and on tap. That one will hit shelves in late October of 2019. The latter 2 beers will be brewed on Bell's new pilot brew system. Now, this past weekend, comedian Jim Gaffigan delivered a less than positive critique of the American craft beer industry. Gaffigan, who is known for his stand-up comedy and his reputation as a clean comic, took issue with the many varieties and styles of beer, saying he wants, quote, a beer that tastes like beer. He also referred to the fact that every city, town, and hamlet has its own locally made beer, which is a fact that I find, really cool. But the 3-time Grammy nominee finds them, quote, all bad. His main gripe is that they don't taste like beer. All right, look, Jim, I like your comedy. Your bit about Hot Pockets is just absolutely legendary. And yes, you do admit you don't have the most refined palate. But despite your wild success as a comedian, Jim, I kind of feel bad for you in this respect. I mean, the craft beer industry is thriving, and it gives many people the chance to not only start their own independent business, to bring something that they created to people who will enjoy and appreciate it, but it also brings a unique flavor and tourism dollars to small towns that might otherwise get passed over by eager travelers. And just because you have one narrow view of what beer is, it doesn't make things you don't understand or like bad. It just means that you're missing out by not expanding your mind and opening yourself to new opportunities. Now, I'm not saying to go jump feet first into a really dank double IPA, but, maybe try a nice craft lager, a Pilsner, or a cream ale. I mean, they're really good gateway beers into tasting something that's better than mass-produced. I mean, you never know, Jim. You just might enjoy it. I've been Squiz, and this is Craft Beer News.
All right. We are back, Monger Maniacs in Monger Nation. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about. First of all, let's drink something. That's what we like to do.
Let's drink something.
All right. Wow, fantastic news. Wow.
He's got the jugs over there.
I got jugs. Big brown jugs.
Jugs all day.
All right, let's go here. There we go. This is
This is the Lagerstadt. Now, it's a fest beer. It's not a Marzen. Now, you beer guys, what's the difference between a Marzen and a fest beer? Is it just whether it came out or was brewed in Marzen or not? Is a fest beer just a Marzen that's not coming out in March or what?
No. The fest beer I think is a little bit more spicy than the Marzen, in my opinion. But that's the thing. Everybody makes their own different style. You know what I'm saying? You know who has a fantastic Marzen? Is Wolf Ridge.
Yeah, I've heard there's
Dude,
real good.
their Marzen Oktoberfest is freaking off the
I need to
hook.
give that a try.
You really do.
I've had Devil's Backbone. I've had High Wires Fest. I'm trying to catch up with everybody's beer.
It's impossible to stay
It's
up
too
with all
hard.
the
It's
freaking
impossible.
Oktoberfest
So
right
it's
now.
like one came out or two at first, and then I turned around and everybody had one.
Yeah, it's funny. Sam Adams is the starting gun for that. It's once you see Sam, everybody runs to the finish line. Well, as long as you got cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packaging. No. Now. All right. Here we go. I'm taking a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy, guys. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Yep. Very smooth, flavorful.
It's smooth and it's, dare I say, mild. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean, I guess maybe I've also just been drinking Gamma Bomb
Yeah.
all day. But it's super, I mean, sometimes I feel this word gets overused, but I'm going to say it anyway. Crushable.
Crushable. Yeah. I mean, and you know, we were talking a second ago. I'm not a big fan of spice. I don't like spice, and I don't like, that's why it's got to be the right pumpkin style for me to drink. I don't like spice. I don't like that the Christmas ale with the real heavy spice and stuff in it. This does not have that spice to where it kind of turns your palate off, I would say. For me, anyways. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of people that really, really dig that spice.
Yeah. We're trying to bring the Iyengar style home, bring it back to OH. Just something, like you guys said, crushable, something that you want to wear a frilly little skirt and have a giant stein of and be able to,
I think the frilly little skirt would look great on.
Yeah, I mean, well, when I wear it, if it looks good on me, it's going to look good on boots. So.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jack. Hell yeah. Now we you guys have so much other fun than the freaking the core beers that you have. All right, there's one I really want to talk about, and yeah. While I got Jack on the air, I'll make sure everybody back home at Warped Wing headquarters knows. Hey, talk to me about the Whiskey Rebellion. Bam,
it's coming, baby.
One of my favorites.
You're on my list, man.
One of my favorites. I know right now, Barley Hopsters is sitting on a 2017 Whiskey Rebellion.
Yeah. So a big line, we kind of got like three big arsenals, I think, or three big weapons in our arsenal. Our lager line, which is our Trotwood, our Flyer, and then our extended into our seasonal. We do a seasonal lager, so we have our Oktoberfest right now. I think that we're killing it there. Then another part of it is our barrel aged beer is, I hate to say second to none, but second to none.
It's okay. You all say that when you're sitting in that chair over there, Jack. Trust me, you all say that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, I mean, you gotta roll with what you believe in. Like you said earlier in the show, that's what made you roll with them is how good.
Yeah, most of us are blessed to be in this industry, working for a company because we like them, not because they accepted our application. It's great to sell a product you believe in. It's great to stand behind a brand that's head is in the right place, that's Ohio focused, Ohio invested. I feel good selling it. I know that I'm, helping patch up all those potholes between Dayton and Columbus with every purchase that I'm selling. So there's that, but also it's just that back to the beer. Our barrel aged line is just incredible. We get first pick on Woodford Reserve's barrels every year. So right now I have another special beer in here that you might like. It's our Baltic Argonaut Woodford Reserve barrel aged from 2016, I think, is when this beer was brewed. So I brought something special for you.
You got one. You have it here right now in the
I got
studio.
it in my cooler. Just for you. I know you like the Whiskey Rebellion, and I know you got some. But
Hey,
I got a little teaser.
this is good. Right now, we're educating producer G right now as well, because this is going to be something really special that I think he'll appreciate.
Oh yeah.
We've last 2 weeks we've had his palate just going everywhere.
Yeah.
So that'll be something special. Now You guys sour at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We did our first sours this year. The Magic Melon. You guys had some of the bottles in there in your shop, and then you helped us with the pump situation down the block. But that Magic Melon was so well received that they added an emergency another goes. So just this week I had some gozes come out. We have the Magic Melon was a watermelon.
Fantastic.
Goze.
It was
so
fantastic.
Good. It was so
refreshing. Good. The colder the better for me on that one. The colder the better.
Absolutely. The best thing I like about our gozes is they still have beer. You still walk away with them with beer on your breath as opposed to too sweet or too sour. So you get that salted, soured beer, a little bit of the fruit, nothing too Jolly Ranchery for lack of a better word, and you're walking away knowing you just had a sip of a beer, not something else. And then our the gozes that we have this week that I'm putting around town, you might see a peach lime, a sea salt coriander, and then the big one is the plum cranberry black currant goes, which I'm very excited to try. So once the trucks come through Thursday, you can find me at a couple of different bars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Peach lime sounds awesome, and coriander. What did you say? Sea
salt coriander. Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious. That sounds very interesting.
I am too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So we put coriander as the main spice in our Ermels. So it's not a spice or flavor we're unfamiliar with. We've been basically messing with it from our inception. And then just that extra little salt. I think that's, going to be our baseline ghost, since we did such a good baseline ghost with the Magic Melon, and then we added the watermelon juice to it, which gave it the fruity sweetness to it. But I'm really excited to see what just a straight up sea salt goes from us tastes like. I can't wait.
Wow.
No package on that, unfortunately.
No packaging, all
no
draft.
packaging, all draft.
Well, but keep an eye out in the next few months. There might be some canned goes hitting the market.
Nice.
Let's talk about the smoked porter.
Okay.
All right,
Creep
because
Show.
because the Creep Show is something a little special, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those beers I feel like that once you taste it, once you get it out there, people keep coming back for it more and more. But I also feel that people kind of shy away from smoked beers a little bit.
Yeah. The problem with that is liquid smoke. People use liquid smoke in beers. People drink beers with liquid smoke in them, and then they're pretty much forever turned off by beers with liquid smoke. Now, unfortunately, that's how a lot of breweries were adding smoke flavoring to their product a few years ago, but now the actual smoked malts has properly caught on where people are kind of creeping back to it. So we smoke our malts. I know other breweries around town have been doing that too a lot lately, so we actually use smoked malts for it. And it's funny. I love it. I've only had one can of Creep Show because I started in January and that was a November release. So I had it about four months after it was pressed, and it was delicious. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. My fiance Natalie, she called it bacon juice. So it's just one of those things.
Wow, bacon juice?
Yeah, and I was like, that makes me like it even more.
Bacon juice.
So it's either you're gonna taste. I can't wait for it. I need to get my hands on some fresh stuff so I can form a proper opinion. But you probably have more history with that beer than me.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those beers that once somebody gets, they try one, they'll normally come back to it.
Yeah.
The artwork on the can is fantastic.
Oh yeah,
too.
I love the artwork.
It is
creepy
awesome.
doll's head.
Yeah.
And the alcohol percentage on it, right?
No.
6.66%.
Nice.
Number of the beast.
Nice. Now, let's talk a little bit real quick about the artwork. Where's the artwork come from? Is it in-house? Where's it come from?
It's not in-house. It's a design and canning studio that a couple other Ohio breweries use. I don't know if I should name drop them, but I'm going to.
Or whatever
If you
you
want
want.
to.
Mad
do it,
Moon
man.
uses the same guys. So does Madtree.
All right, cool.
So we kind of let them go buck wild with their artistry, and obviously we have a marketing person who kind of tells them what we're thinking about it, and there's a collaboration process between our artists and theirs, but they're ultimately finding the way to wrap the art on the can, so they get to have a little free reign with it. I don't know exactly all the details of that, but there's actually I think you guys linked something to they put out a Facebook video, the design company that I watched. I'm pretty sure I saw it on your guys' Facebook.
It may have been us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a Cincy brand or a Cincy company, And they're again, we keep it local as local as we possibly can.
All right, this is going to be a shout out, kind of through Warped Wing for one of your guys' customers. Blown away. I'm going to go down the Cincinnati area to White Oaks Marathon gas station. All right, I know I always talk about these guys, man. Dude, they got a 15, 16, and 17 Whiskey Rebellion in the back right now.
Hey.
You guys are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, dude, they throw it down there. Whenever I go to Cincinnati, it's crazy to think that the White Oaks Marathon gas station is on my list of places to stop at.
That's awesome, man.
But-
They have such a great beer culture down there. They have, what, 70, 75, 76 breweries down there in Cincy now? Just in the southern area?
I know that they're definitely picking up steam. I mean, they've got they're all over. They're popping up on the other side of the river too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an awesome beer culture down there, But now, you talk about we've talked about your favorite core. What's the thing that you wait for the most out of all the special releases? What if you want our Monger maniacs out here in Monger Nation to hear what Jack's waiting for out of Warped Wing every year? Because I have beers from all sorts of breweries that I'm waiting for all year. All right. You guys happen to have the Mr. Mean. That's what I normally wait for out of you guys. I mean, now that I know Flyer Red's here to stay, for a second there I thought it was just a short time thing, and I was like, whoa, we need to keep that one.
Yeah, it's a fan maker for sure.
Yeah, so I'm real excited whenever Mr. Mean comes around. That's what I'm waiting for every year out of if my favorite. I like everything, but that's what I'm really, really waiting for.
Well, honestly, we're kind of drinking it right now. My personal go-to crusher is definitely always going to be an Oktoberfest. Martins and Fest beers have always been my favorite style, which is why I think I stuck to the Flyer so hardcore when I first started, because it is kind of sort of like a year-round Martin. It's a malted lager. It's delicious. It pours similar color. So I was really looking forward to this Oktoberfest, and once I finally got my hands on it, I was blown away. It's a delicious, delicious lager. But there's other things, like I said, I've only been with the company since January, so there's stuff that I don't even know how I'm going to like it. These next Gozas that we have coming out this week, I cannot wait to try, because that Magic Melon, not only was it the first Goza that I really liked, but it made me a fan of the style. It was my gateway Goza. It got me into all sorts of other stuff. It got me into High Wires Goza. It got me into Green Zebra. It kind of opened that door for me. So now I'm super excited to see what all three of these Goza varieties do in our canned Goza later in the year. I can't wait for that. But then, man, it's 2 words. It's a Whiskey Rebellion. That beer could solve many a crisis if we could just pour that at the round tables of the UN or whatever. I sell beer. I don't talk politics. I don't know.
Yeah. Shit. I've heard you talk politics with me before, Jack. No, I'm just kidding. But no.
Not with you, with Brian.
Yeah. Then I turn around and walk away. I don't want to hear that shit.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
What is he doing? Here's your shovel, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Now, what you got some events coming up that we can share about what's going on. Now, is the tap room when we got a 7 days a week?
They're open every day except Monday. Sundays we do tours. So you can go down and do a tour, meet the brewers, see them perfecting their craft, learn a little bit about the process of making the beer and how we do it a little differently, and then saddle up right there at the bar just to enjoy the beer. So that's every Sunday. Also, we're doing you guys pulled up the Facebook. We got some fun stuff going on in Dayton.
Candle making, huh?
Yeah.
How's that go? Drinking and candle making, hot wax and drinking.
Yeah,
Nice.
Absolutely. It's just wax. You can't really burn yourself unless you really stick it in there.
A lot of people
That's
put
what
wax
she
on
said.
themselves on purpose.
I do. I like to
I was
stick
like, what do you
my
mean a lot of
finger in
people? I
that.
thought that was everybody.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Even
that's-
for the kinkless.
That's really cool. And you've got some release parties coming up too. I see.
We have you guys beat the Lager Stott release party. You're drinking this beer 2 days before the release party down there in the tap room itself. So, Prost.
Yeah.
Nice,
And so we
nice.
have that release party coming up. They do all sorts of fun stuff down there. Like I said, I don't get to the brewery nearly as much as I'd like to. I wish that we had that the the trains that we were gonna get that we were promised a few years ago.
Dude, those trains. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If
Then
we
I
get
wouldn't
that-
have to worry about driving back.
Right. And if we get that super train, one that 20 minutes to Chicago,
Come on, Coleman.
what do you want to do tonight? You want to
Where
go
are
to
you at?
Short North? You want to go to Grandview? Why don't we go to Chicago?
I don't know.
All right, let's go
No,
to
they're
Chicago.
like, here's some scooters and an app. Now you got it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just ride this scooter around. You'll be fine.
Nice. Now, now you stay here right here in Central Ohio, then in Columbus area.
Yep, you're
So
you're
this-
my farthest reach up there in Delaware.
All right, so it's easily to say that if there's retailers, if there's people out there that want to go ahead and get a hold of some Warped Wing, or better yet, get a hold of Jack, so he can get a hold of your Warped Wing, and that way you can get it in your store, your market. Wow, talk about going from big can to small can. That was huge for you guys
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
and
we-
your packaging. I
yeah.
know that the Warped Wing fans actually really dig that because I felt there was a really nice price point break in that.
Yeah.
When you guys made that move as well.
Yeah, definitely. We used to be in the 16-ounce cans, like you said. Then we switched to the 12-ounce cans a couple months before I started. So my first few months were dealing with that rollout and all the fun things that go along with that. But now that we're in the 12-ounce cans, we're in Kroger's Giant Eagles. But there's only 2 of us out here selling in Columbus. We're still small. I've got the northwest half, and my buddy Nick Jester has the southeast half. But if you wanted to reach out to us, your best bet is to send an email to info@warpedwing.com. And the lovely Erica will email our boss Ryan, and he'll divvy out the new accounts. Anybody who'd want to carry our stuff. So again, that's info@warpedwing.com if you want to carry our product. So
All right, well, it's that time, right?
Yeah, let's do the bottle shop. Let's do the Barley Hopsters Bottle Shop Speedy Beer that's moving. All right, why don't you go ahead and grab that out of the cooler? This is a really, really good one. It's Creek Surfer. That's right, Creek Surfer. And oh, this is nice and cold and ready to go. Rusty Rail Brewing Company, Creek Surfer Tropical IPA, 6.3% ABV. Wow, Rusty Rail. I believe they're out of Pennsylvania, Virginia.
Pennsylvania.
Yes, Mifflinsburg, Pennsylvania, and you know what? These have been moving very well.
It's a delicious beer. Would you want to try it?
Let's do it. Let's
right.
go ahead and do it. And
I will take you up on those cups, Jack.
Yeah. Now, Speedy is a particular person in himself. He is the controller at Barley Hopsters that brings these great beers in. Him and Jack talk quite a bit about a lot of cool stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, Monger Maniacs and Monger Nation, Creek Surfer, Tropical IPA, 6.3% ABV by Rusty Rail Brewing Company, right there out of Pennsylvania. Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, that is fantastic. I'm good. Oh, don't take it off. Come on now. Don't take it off. There we go. Wow. Fantastic. They really did. This is the first time I've had this. I have not had this. I've had a lot of their other products, and they're not afraid to get a little crazy with their beers either. All right, so make sure you check out Rusty Rail Brewing Company out there in Pennsylvania. So, yes. So, with that being said, Squiz, are we here already? Last call?
Well, we got to give some shout-outs.
Yeah, get 'em
I want to give
in.
a bunch of shout-outs to everybody that commented. We got Tanker Todd, who's our gracious host out at the fairgrounds. Todd, what's up? We got Jeremy and Steve from Springfield Beer Geeks watching. What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
We got Amanda Sykes tuning in.
Woo!
Of course, Simpson from Pints Templars Ohio chapter.
Hell yeah, marathon runner.
And Tom Stover says Brass Foundry is a good brewery.
Jeff Hodges, what's
Jeff
up,
Hodges.
dog?
And
Tom Stover.
yeah, Genty, of course, and of course Joey McGee says, "Hey Wooten."
Kiss my ass, Joey. Sorry.
And of course all the social media groups that love and support our podcast. Not to mention Pints Templars Ohio chapter, Columbus Craft Beer Consortium, Jane Doe's craft beer group. We got Craft Beer Babes, Springfield Beer Geeks, Dayton Beer Geeks, and Beer Label Society and Wayne Millard. We love you guys. Thank you for the support.
And that's right, Monger Maniacs and Monger Nation and all of our friends out there. There were no commercials in today's show. We have no sponsors. So if you want to get down and you want to get down with the 30-second infomercial commercial all about you and what you want us to know and get out there all around the world, get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to you because we are your independent streaming podcast right here in Central Ohio. Yeah. Jack, what we got? Last call.
Last call. Come out to Barley Hopsters next week. I will be there Thursday afternoon, and I will be drinking there and maybe buying you a beer. So shout out the podcast, shout out me, and I will see you there.
He'll sign an autograph for you.
I'll sign an autograph.
Hell yeah.
I'm already famous.
He's signing foreheads. All right. Now, hey, like I said, we are Columbus, Ohio's independent streaming live podcast for the brewery, by the brewery. We'll cheers you later.